Welcome to Soul Stories, where every tale touches the heart, inspires the mind, and stays with the soul. Early morning sunlight gently spreads across the horizon, lighting up the endless green sugarcane fields like a soft golden blanket. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the earthy smell of soil mixed with the faint natural sweetness of the cane. Dewdrops cling to the long slender leaves, sparkling like tiny crystals as the sun rises higher. Birds chirp from nearby trees, welcoming the new day, while a calm breeze dances through the tall stalks, making them sway like waves in a green ocean. As the village starts waking up, a group of workers arrives at the field, their silhouettes becoming clear against the rising sun. Each worker carries a sharp machete, polished from years of use. They tie cloth around their heads, roll up their sleeves, and take steady positions between the tall canes. With a rhythmic whoosh, the first machete swings, then another, and another. Soon, the entire field echoes with the synchronized sound of cutting chick-chack, a steady beat that has been part of sugarcane farming for generations. The workers cut the tall cane expertly, bending, chopping, and stacking with swift, practiced movements. Sweat forms on their brows, but there is pride in every swing. These cane fields are more than land, they are livelihood, heritage, and the beginning of a journey that turns simple stalks into the sweetness found in homes around the world. Freshly cut cane stalks fall in neat bundles, their scent stronger now, warm, grassy, and sweet. The aroma spreads across the field, mixing with the morning breeze. Tractors rumble to life nearby, their engines breaking the quiet. Large wooden trailers are attached, ready to carry the harvest. Workers lift the heavy bundles with teamwork and experience, arranging them carefully in tall stacks on the trailers. As the loading continues, sunlight grows brighter, painting the entire landscape in shades of gold and green. The field looks alive, moving people, moving machines, moving purpose. The farm supervisor walks through the rows, observing the progress, occasionally giving directions. Children from nearby huts stand at the edge of the field, watching with excitement as tractors fill up with towering loads of cane. Finally, the tractors begin to move, slowly making their way toward the mill. The sweet smell lingers in the air, long after they leave. And this is where the story of sugar truly begins on the farm, where nature, hard work, and dedication come together. Every stalk carries a hidden treasure inside, a natural sweetness waiting to be unlocked, refined, and transformed into the crystals that will travel far beyond this field. As the loaded trucks approach the giant sugar mill, a low rumbling fills the air. The towering chimneys rise above the buildings, releasing thin streams of steam that mix with the morning sky. Workers at the gate wave the trucks in, guiding each vehicle toward the massive unloading area. The sweet smell of freshly cut cane follows the trucks, lingering like a warm reminder of the fields they came from. Inside the mill, the atmosphere is alive. Machines hum, belts rotate, and the metallic clang of equipment echoes from every corner. The cane is unloaded onto long conveyor belts that stretch deep into the mill's heart. Slowly, the stalks move forward, shaking slightly as the belts vibrate under their weight. Every stalk that enters the mill carries within it the raw sweetness that will soon begin its transformation. The cane first passes through a set of heavy steel knives that chop it into smaller pieces. Sharp blades flashed rapidly, turning the thick stalks into shredded fibers within seconds. This chopped cane then travels toward the most powerful part of the mill, the crushing rollers. These giant rollers, each weighing several tons, rotate with thunderous force. As the cane enters between them, the pressure is so intense that the fibers release their precious juice instantly. The sound is deep and rhythmic, an industrial heartbeat echoing through the entire factory. Golden green juice gushes out from the crushed fibers, running into metal channels that guide it toward large collection tanks. At this stage, the juice is raw, thick, and full of natural impurities, bits of soil, fine fibers, and other tiny particles carried from the field. But hidden within this murky liquid is the first true form of sugar. The cleaning process begins. Almost immediately, the juice is pumped into tall clarifier tanks where heat is applied. As the temperature rises, the impurities begin to separate. Some float to the top as foam, while others settle at the bottom like heavy sediment. Workers monitor the tank carefully, skimming off the unwanted layers and ensuring the juice remains pure and stable. Next, the partially clean juice passes through multiple filters, each finer than the last. Slowly, its cloudy appearance begins to fade. The once murky liquid transforms into a cleaner, golden stream that glows under the factory lights. When it finally enters the evaporators, its aroma becomes richer and sweeter. Inside the evaporators, the juice is heated and concentrated. Water evaporates and the liquid thickens into a dense, golden syrup, now smooth, shiny, and fragrant. This syrup holds the soul of sugar, ready for the next magical step, crystallization. Asterisk inside the next section of the mill, the atmosphere changes. The air grows warmer, filled with a rich, sugary aroma that clings to the walls. Huge boilers lie in the room, their metal bodies glowing faintly from the heat within. Workers in protective gear move around with focus, checking gauges, adjusting valves, and monitoring the rhythm of the machines. This is where the real magic of sugar making begins. Asterisk the golden syrup, thick and gleaming from the evaporators, flows slowly into enormous vacuum pans, massive metal vessels designed to boil syrup at controlled, lower temperatures. Unlike open pots, these special pans create a low-pressure environment that allows the syrup to boil gently without burning. As the syrup enters, steam coils beneath the pans roar to life, heating the vessel with precise intensity. Asterisk gradually, small bubbles rise to the surface, breaking softly in the thick liquid. The sound is calming, like a soft simmering whisper echoing through the room. Workers peer through glass windows attached to the pans, watching the syrup swirl in slow, mesmerizing patterns. They know the importance of accuracy here. One extra degree of heat or 1 minute too long could change the entire batch. Asterisk inside the pan. The transformation begins. As water continues to evaporate, the syrup grows even denser, and soon the first tiny crystals start to form. At the beginning, they are almost invisible microscopic grains floating in the golden liquid, but slowly they begin to multiply, clinging to each other, growing stronger and more defined. Under the glow of inspection lights, they look like thousands of shining diamonds swirling in honey. Asterisk, the workers carefully add seed crystals, tiny bits of sugar that encourage uniform crystal growth. These seeds act like guides, telling the syrup exactly where and how to crystallize. The temperature is lowered little by little, causing the crystals to grow steadily, not too fast, not too slow. It is a delicate balance, part science, part art. Asterisk, as the minutes pass, the syrup thickens even more, turning into a rich mixture called masaquit, a blend of thick syrup and millions of sugar crystals. The once golden liquid becomes lighter and brighter as the crystals take over. Now the crystals have grown large enough to sparkle clearly, each one a small, snow-white gemstone filled with natural sweetness. Asterisk, the workers nod in satisfaction. They know the batch is perfect when the crystals reach the right size, uniform, bright, and full of shine. Valves are opened, and the heavy masaquit flows out of the pans, making its way toward the next stage. Asterisk, the magic of transformation is complete. What began as raw cane juice has now taken shape, tiny sparkling crystals that carry the essence of sweetness itself. Asterisk, as the thick crystal-filled masaquit leaves the vacuum pans, it enters the final stage of its journey. The mixture is warm, heavy, and full of sparkling sugar grains waiting to be freed. It flows through metal pipes toward a room filled with fast-spinning machines. These machines, called centrifuges, are the final guardians of purity. Asterisk, the centrifuges stand like giant steel drums, humming steadily as workers prepare them for the incoming batch. When the masaquit is poured in, the machines begin to spin at incredible speed. The force separates the mixture instantly. The remaining syrup, known as molasses, is thrown outward, escaping through tiny holes. The pure sugar crystals, heavier and cleaner, are left behind. The rhythmic spinning echoes through the building, like the beating heart of the mill completing its final task. Asterisk, as the centrifuge slows to a stop, the doors open and the pure white sugar crystals tumble out. They fall in soft, sparkling cascades, almost like a sweet rainstorm. Workers watch the flow carefully to ensure the crystals remain dry and uniform. These crystals, bright, clean, and beautiful, are the final result of days of effort. From the farm to the factory. Asterisk, the sugar now moves to large industrial dryers. Warm air circulates through the grains, removing the last traces of moisture. Inside the dryers, the crystals make a gentle rustling sound, shifting and sliding as they become lighter and crisper. When the drying is complete, the sugar is perfectly ready, each crystal shining like a tiny star. Asterisk, next comes sorting. The crystals travel over vibrating screens that filter them by size. Fine sugar, coarse sugar, industrial-grade sugar, every type has its place. Machines and workers together ensure that nothing is wasted and every grain finds its proper use. Asterisk, finally, the sugar is sent down long chutes into the packing area. Here, automated bagging machines stand in rows, waiting to fill sacks and packets. Heavy jute bags for markets, medium-sized bags for bakeries, and small packets for homes, all are filled with precise measurements. Once packed, the bags are stitched, sealed, and labeled. Asterisk, forklifts carry the neatly stacked bags to warehouses where they wait for distribution. Some sugar will travel to distant countries by ship, some to nearby cities by truck, and some straight to local shops. No matter where it goes, its journey began in a quiet green field under the warm morning sun. Asterisk, from fields to factories, from stalks to crystals, the long journey ends here. The sugar is ready to sweeten cups of tea, brighten desserts, and become a part of celebrations in homes around the world.